And Arnav's here, one of my faithful followers. Thank you very much, Arnav, for joining us. Now, I trust you've all watched my video about Zhou Guanyu's big crash on Sunday. I managed to get that recorded here in, where was I? London on the way. Actually, I got it recorded in Milton Keynes, and then I had it edited by, well, I did half the editing, and then Nicole's back in Perth did the other half. But if you want to get your question to the top of the list, make sure you get onto Super Chat on a beautiful afternoon in London. It's probably about 21 degrees here. Lewis is here, Raz is here, name I see often. Thank you very much for joining me, guys. I haven't got my good microphone on, but the audio should be reasonably good. And if any of you are fans of London and know London, look at that, there's the Les Mis Theatre just there. I think I went and saw that show many years ago. I didn't rate it. We have some Romanians with us today. And Joseph's from Beijing. Nice to hear. Montreal, yes, I love Montreal. Am I going to eat some fish and chips? No. Last night I had a beautiful steak at the W. And tonight I'm going to go over to this restaurant over there. That one there. It starts with M. And I'm going to have a steak there. Hola, from Texas, Matt. This is the heart of London. And it is pumping. People are everywhere enjoying themselves. How am I finding London? Lovely. It's great. With everybody speaking my language. I love that. Norway, hello to you. Hello, Northern Ireland. Hello, San Francisco. James Green's from Perth. What time is it in Perth? 7 hours on from now. Midnight. My son will still be awake. One of them anyway. South Africa. When am I leaving for Austria? Tomorrow. Hopefully I don't cancel my flight, because there's some drama here with flights being cancelled all over the shop. And remember, if you want your comments seen, get onto Super Chat and get to the top of the list. Matt Pierce is now a supporter. Matt, thank you very much for your support. It's most graciously appreciated. And I love it when I meet members at the track and they tell me they're a member, and they're actually a member, not just bullshitting me. Yeah, so thank you for that. Gina is from Patong Beach via Whyalla. Now, I'm not sure I've been to Whyalla, but my mother worked in Whyalla. And she might have lived with her parents, my grandparents, many years ago in Whyalla. Now I'm just going to find my wife. I'm down a dodgy street here, but she's having a massage. Matt Nav is going to the Paul Ricard circuit for the French GP, and you can't buy a ticket to that race. It is sold out. And of course, we've got a lot of North Korean followers on the page as usual. Good to have those North Korean followers from, what is it, Pyongyang, Yongpyong? I can't remember which it is. Hello, members. Now, if you haven't joined as a member and are wondering what you get, well, you get some emojis, you get regular wallpapers each month, and I am going to give, as a wallpaper, that beautiful photo of all the F1 trucks lined up, which so many people loved. Daniel, I'm excellent. I'm well fed, that's for sure. Any tips for the Hungarian GP? Yeah, head out to either the front of the Ritz-Carlton or the front of the, what's that other hotel next to it? Budapest Kempinski Hotel at night. If you want to see the drivers, there's a huge presence of people there. It's a real buzz of an atmosphere. I'm going to do probably an hour or 2 hour live stream from there. It's going to be great. So I'm in this area here, and behind me is apparently a pretty good Raymond Review striptease bar. Not that I'll be going there this visit, but get some reviews. What else I got behind me here? The White Horse, a pub. God knows what that joint is, that pink place. The Cockery, I can't work it out. Someone will perhaps enlighten us. What's that? The Bubbleology. And a pub over here with a pride flag. Because they had the big pride parade, the Pride Parade here the other day, which was huge. Let's go to some of your comments. When am I coming to India? When they have a race and not before? Any tips for Spa GP? Take a raincoat. Don't go in the Cockery. What is this place? Let's have a look. I've got no idea what it is. But what is this joint about? Who knows? The Cockery. Pretty amazing accident, that one of Zhou Guan Yu's. In my video, you would have, if you'd watched it, you would have seen that I had no idea that it was Zhou in the car. I thought it was George Russell's car that had flipped and gone there, because when you're taking photographs, you have no idea really what car it is, and especially when you're pumping like I was at that particular stage. As soon as the car hit and I realised that they were stuck, I had to grab all my stuff and then go down to the bottom level, and that's a bit of a hike because you have to go down through the back of the grandstand. And at that stage, when I got down there, I saw George Russell and figured, oh, George is out of the car, that's great. So I went down to take some photos of the car thinking it's all fine, and a couple of photographers said, hey, come back here. Oh, okay, it wasn't George. Yes, was he penalised for checking on? I know, just let me do something here. I'm going to stick this on here. Right, so what I've done now is I've put my camera, using my suction cap, onto the window of whatever this joint is, some little bar, and now it'll sit there. Did I have any debris? No, there was no debris near me. It was just a big noise when that car hit the fence. It was just so audible. Wasn't penalised. Yes, wasn't allowed to restart. Yeah, I know. But hey, somebody had to make that decision, and they did. I wonder if I get a better background than that. Except that wall there. You can see up that street. Tips for the Dutch GP. Drivers all stay across the road at the NH Collection Hotel, which is normally a reason. Oh, 2 pairs of glasses. Normally a reasonably priced place, but as with any hotel near the track, as soon as you get F1, they put the rates through the roof, and you can't even buy a room there anyway. Oh, and if you want a room at the Austrian GP, I have one left. And if you want, you can get on to me via direct message or info@kimellman.com. And it's €1,490 for up to 5 nights. The room's booked from Wednesday to Monday. You can have any of that period, but it's $1,490. And it comes with breakfast, and best of all, it is 11 kilometres from the track. And in Austria, it's hard finding good accommodation near the track. Now, who am I next partnering with? It's a done deal, but I don't want to say it just yet. But it's a male, experienced F1 driver. You'll find out 3 weeks' time, maybe 2, maybe a week and a half, I don't know. And you'll be able to purchase online one of either 50 or 100. There'll be limited editions signed by this driver and importantly numbered. And you'll also get a picture of that driver signing it. So you have irrefutable proof that that picture was signed by, I just said the name but you didn't see my lips. We have 289 people with us. View on the protest in Silverstone. I only saw one piece of video and it seemed like it was pretty poorly organised and didn't last very long, and the marshals dragged them off. But yeah, that's poor form. They're just idiots. Let them go. Have you stopped posting the vids when you summed up your weekend? Tomorrow I'm recording a video what the drivers drove to the Silverstone race, and I'll put a bit at the end there about other stuff I saw. But I can tell you, one car that will be featured in it is worth over $2 million US. It was the most remarkable car I've ever seen driven to the track. I'm not going to tell you who drove it, but I've featured other cars driven by this person at past races. But you will be amazed when you see this car. I certainly was. I was surprised by who actually drove it. Hello from Saudi, Ali N. Just tuning in, one of 300 people at the moment joining me here, and I've got this camera stuck on this shop's window, so hopefully it doesn't fall down. Would you come to South Africa? Yeah, I definitely would. I definitely would. Can we meet in Spielberg? Well, if you see me in the paddock, Eduardo, you say something. Zach Brown says someone. Could be, who knows? It could be anyone involved in F1. All the cars were parked right in front of the swipe gates at the paddock, which was great. because we didn't have to travel too far to see what they drove. Unfortunately, they didn't have name tags above each parking spot. That made it a bit tricky. I did not attend the Indian GP. And Lewis, thank you very much for becoming a member. I love the channel. I'm from London, so I might see you walk down the street here in a minute if anyone's around. I don't even know where this is. Rupert Street. Is that where I am? Rupert Street? Any Londoners tell me? On the corner here is a theatre that has a show called To Kill a Mockingbird playing. If that's of any help to you. What do I think about the Turkish GP? I liked it this year. You want to go into the cockery? I'm not sure what it is. It's obviously got something to do with penises, because that's what the picture is on here. But what is it? Food is, I don't know. Soho, is that where I am? Soho, yes. And Chinatown is just back there. What else can I tell you about the weekend? It was full on. Oh, okay, here's what I did on Sunday. I got there before the first driver, and I had to get there. Has anyone stream sniped you? What does that mean? That is, they come to... Oh yeah, a couple of people have, Sherlock. A couple. Got there before all the drivers arrived, and I wanted to document what time every driver arrived at that race, and I got all 20 of them. And in a video coming up shortly, you will see from first to last how they arrived, or what time they arrived. I think you'll love that video. Would I like to attend the Formula Student UK event later this month? No, because there was no chance I'll be back here, but thanks for the offer. It's a dessert shop, says Arnav. You've Googled that, have you? Or have you been here by any chance? Store specialises in phallic-shaped confections. I understand. Now I get the picture. Where can you meet the drivers at Austria? Probably in front of the main entrance. They normally have the green carpet, and that is very much like Australia's Melbourne Walk. Now, I can tell you that if you want to go and meet the drivers next year, you can go to Silverstone, get an inner track ticket, and that allows you access to the paddock. Swipe, not into the paddock, but at the entrance. And there were people, I'll mention this in the video that I put up in a day or so, they were getting there at 6 a.m. and leaving at 9 p.m. They weren't going to watch the race, they were just hanging around for the drivers. Maybe, perhaps when the race was on, they might have gone out if they had seats and had a look at the race, but certainly they were there to see the drivers arrive, and they were very keen to see them leave. How do I manage jet lag? Don't have a problem, really. Temazepam is a great sleeping tablet. I don't drink beer, James, but a couple of people have offered to buy me a pint. It's wasted on me, my friend, absolutely wasted. CK loves my travel on airline vids. There'll be no travel video because it's only a simple one short sector to Austria for this one, but there will be one going back to Australia. I'm going Qatar, I think, and I've got 2 different aircraft at least. Can you get Southern Comfort in the UK? Yes, you can, but it is quite expensive. It's probably right. It's more expensive, I think, than Australia. Probably up there with Sweden, maybe. Yeah, look, I've got 2 Heron Preston shirts. I've got this one, and then I've got this one. So I'm double Heron Preston. No new watches caught my eye. Oh, I went to Rolex. They have a store not far from here. And of course, lots of Rolexes in the window, all the glamorous stuff, not one of them available for sale. It's a bizarre situation. Will I be in the Paddock Club at some time? No, not for this year. We can't enter the Paddock Club. Even though we are downstairs in the paddock, we can't get up. I've got a Patek Yash, yes. They're not bad watches, are they? In fact, Rolex in a year makes the same number of watches that Patek have sold in their entire history. Get the Southern Comfort and duty free, it's hardly any difference in price. In fact, I'll tell you what I am doing. Every duty free store I go to, I take a photo of the price of a bottle of Johnny Walker Red, 1 litre. And at the end of the year, I will showcase the different pricing of that particular alcohol all over the world, just so you can see which countries have the best value for duty-free liquor. I'm heading to Austria tomorrow, Ali N. If you want to get your comments seen, because I can only see probably 1 in every 15, go to Super Chat and get my full attention, or become a member. Some of you aren't members. How do you become a member? Right, the secret is you go to noisy skateboard. Go to on a laptop. Yeah, probably a laptop. Sometimes it works on iPhone or iPad, but most of the time people tell me they have to go and use their computer. Go to my YouTube channel. Next to subscribe is a button called join. And then you hit the join button and there are options you can join, and anywhere from a couple of dollars a month to $15 a month. It's not going to send you broke, but for each of those levels you get extra bonuses for being a supporter of the channel. How was Milton Keynes? I went back there, had normally 2 hours awake before I went to bed and had a meal with Tonya, and then went to sleep, and then I had maybe 30 minutes in the morning. So I had 2.5 hours a day where I was in Milton Keynes. But the place to stay is the Moxie Hotel. It was excellent, as usual. Who do I believe will become the champion this year? Yeah, Max. Max, favourite non-Spielberg place to be in Austria? Oh, I love skiing in St Anton, or Leckenzoo is even better. Is there an opportunity to meet me at the Red Bull Ring? Yeah, if you're in the paddock, make sure you come and say hi, or if you're down at the green carpet, I'll probably be photographing there. Driver arrivals over. I don't know what days they have that. I think it's Saturday and Sunday mainly. Yes, Sherlock Holmes, you like the fact that I feature fans in videos, intros and outros. Yeah, the guy at the Moxie Milton Keynes was lovely, Ala. He was great. And if I find exciting people who want to do my Stay Passionate, yeah, I'll gladly include them. And as I mentioned before, and if you've just joined me, come Hungarian GP, I'll be doing a live stream from out the front of the Kempinski and Ritz-Carlton Hotel. I don't know what night, but one of the 4 nights, or it won't be Sunday night because it doesn't happen Sunday night, but one of the 3 nights, so Wednesday night, Thursday night, Friday night, 4 nights, you'll be able to see hundreds and hundreds of local fans milling about, hopefully meeting their driver. So that's my plan, to do it out the front of the one of those hotels. Make sure you are getting the alerts on Instagram. Do I hate shooting in the rain? Not Instagram, on YouTube. Yeah, I absolutely loathe it, especially when I leave my wet weather jacket in the car, as I did on Sunday. But thankfully, we had no rain. I'm going to move this now. We're going to go somewhere else and set up in a different spot so I can show you something a little bit different. Actually, it won't be that different, but I'll just go across the road here. Some locals there going for a wander. This is what I'm seeing here. Right, let's set up here. So what I do is I'm going to stick my camera on this window here using this little, well, you can't see that. There's a bracket, but it's a device made by RAM, and it is fantastic. It allows me to mount stuff on glass so that I don't have to hold the thing. Right, would I like to see a race in South Africa? I don't know whether I want to see one there, but I'm excited to go, I guess, if they have one. I'm pretty sure we are going to be going there at some point. British GP better than the ones in the past? Yeah. I'll tell you why. A couple of things. I had better accommodation at the Moxie. The race was unbelievable. For the last 7 laps, I watched it on one of the screens for the television networks while I queued for Parc Fermé. So I got to see all of that close action, and I was screaming for Checo. I thought, oh, this is great. He's going to get up and perhaps even take the top step. But yeah, I loved it. I loved the whole thing. What do you think of the price of things in the UK compared to Australia? Yeah, more expensive, but not the most expensive I've come across. I'm coming back to Perth next week for a week, which I'm looking forward to. Have I been to Shanghai? Yes, I've been there twice. Did not like it. A blooper reel for TikTok? Maybe. How long are you going to be in Chinatown? What's the time now? No, I'll be gone by, well, I don't know. Probably gone by then. You'll know if you watch this. At some point, my wife will walk around the corner here, I think. Is that where she is? Yeah. And then we might walk and talk for a little bit. But otherwise, we'll be heading off. What have I got behind me? Snacks and tobacco and some shop that's closed down. What time will I be at the green carpet in Spielberg? I'll be there before the first driver arrives and stay till the last one arrives. What did you do before shooting F1? Go and have a look at kimellman.com. I have several companies in Australia, and one I've still got called Messages on Hold with some great management. Lots by the photo books. and I have a new signed print run with an F1 driver, another driver. We did the first one with Pierre, very successful. The next one, I think you're going to love. Darren Heath was at this race. Yes, it was his first race back. Not sure why it took 2.5 years, but he is back in the paddock. Well, certainly for that race. I don't know about going further. Who's the driver, Alien? Oh, I can't tell you just yet. But when I do announce it, you'll be very happy. Well, a lot of you will be happy. I don't know whether everyone will be happy. Which drivers do you speak to often? Any of them will talk to me? Depends. You don't talk to the drivers when they're busy, because there's normally photographers who'll say, get out of the way, Kim, get out of the way. We need a picture. So it's only when things are quiet. But they're all approachable. Lewis, tricky because he is so popular that you never ever really see him on his own. And on the weekend, he did one day where he came in through the main gates and 3 where he came in through the other end. Because there were so many people on the Friday, Saturday and Sunday, he wouldn't have got in. He would have just been mobbed. Are you annoyed we might not be going to Spa next year? No. And I am annoyed, though, that we don't have that great spot to shoot from at the bottom of Eau Rouge, because they've got rid of that spot in the track design. But we'll see that. When is Spa? Spa is after the break, isn't it? Have I heard any news of Oscar will be driving? I did have a lovely chat with his girlfriend Lily. She was coy about it, as you can imagine. If she knows anything, she's not going to say anything to anyone. But I think we'll see him there next year, maybe later this year, who knows. Thanks for the 7:25 tip-off. Yeah, you're welcome, Brad. You were out there on the pit straight, were you? That's nice. Who was the guy with the goat? He made it onto quite a few TikTok videos I saw today. And I lost one of my bloody eyepieces for my camera in that crush with Lewis going up on the fence. Favourite British food? Oh, don't know. British food. Well, British food is very much like Australian food. Like we have fish and chips and we have pies. I tell you what, the catering at the media centre on the weekend was fantastic, first class, just amazing. So thank you to the people at Silverstone. I did mention that on the way out, that it was the standout food of the year. And also, and it's probably the only one that offers this, chocolate bars, chips, cookies, soft drinks. It was full on. In fact, in my video tomorrow, we'll go up Thursday now, what the drivers drove. At the end of that, I'll talk about and show you what we had on offer. Hi from Zagreb. That's where I bought my R5 camera after I buggered up the first one. If anyone's got an R5 and you use a microphone cable going in, you have to be very careful not to always put your camera down on the side and push that jack further into the camera, because that broke, as I did it so often. I'm much cluier now. Do not make that mistake. That's an awful background, isn't it? Let's get rid of that background and go this way. Is that any better? Marginally. Yeah, okay. Marcus thanks me from Oslo. I've never been there. I've never been to Guyana. Where am I? I'm in this street near Raymond Review Bar in London. Have you taken any pictures of Seb Williams' carbon-free car? No, what's that? Oh, hello from Lohith Bula. Who do you work for? Me, I'm a freelancer. So I'm my own boss because I'm not very good working for other people. But thank you very much for your 200, I gather that's rupees. And I must say thank you to somebody last live stream. Oh, can I remember the person's name? Because they threw in quite a lot of, I can't remember their currency now. But it was a very generous super chat. So thank you very much. That person will know who they are. That was gratefully appreciated and well invested back in more photo gear so I can take more photos of F1 stuff. It was from Riyadh, right? Is that a person or a Riyadh resident? When am I going to Austria? I'm going tomorrow. Hello, Indianapolis. I liked the hotel that I stayed at. What was it? Had the upstairs bar. That was nice. Marco's going to see me in Spa. Yes, will we live old times? Yeah, you're going to love the British GP edition. It's a cracker. Is that cracker all right? Toronto, never been to Toronto. My sister lived there for a while. Yes, Raspberry Nation, being a freelancer, I pick up the tab. It's the Williams FW1407. Oh, yeah, I saw the car. I got a photo of that. Not a great photo, but yeah, it was definitely there. And I got a photo of he and Nigel Mansell, and that is in my new British Grand Prix photo book. If you're an F1 fan and you want my British GP photo book, it's out now. Printed in small numbers and only on demand and sent anywhere, well, not anywhere, most countries in the world. Certainly Vancouver, certainly sending it to Marco in Naples. I'll be sending it to Guillermo in Baja California, hola. Yes, I send them to the Philippines for Comrade L1AN. Have you ever been to Ireland? Yes, I've been to Northern Ireland and I've been to Dublin. Are you part of the propaganda? Of which? Yeah, I propaganda everything. Who's the most accommodating drivers' teams? Teams, a number of teams do give me information that's helpful. I can't even answer that question really. Will Leclerc have a better chance at the World Championship if he joins Mercedes? I think so. Yes. Yes, I am enjoying my visit to London. My favourite race to go to, Monaco. Well, look, I'll tell you what, it might actually be Budapest. If we could have Budapest City and accommodation in Monaco, I'd be loving that. Bring this camera down a bit. There we go. Interesting. Look at this lady behind me in red. What's her story? Do you think she has a story? She's just colourfully dressed with some balloons. Where's she going there? She's disappeared behind me. Hello from Tijuana. I went there once when I was about 1978. Went with my cousins across the border from California. Will I take some Red Bull stuff in Red Bull Ring? I think Red Bull would make me behind the chart. Will you photo some Red Bull stuff? Yeah, I'll photo lots of stuff. Photograph lots of stuff. Do you send your photo books to North Korea? Yes, but you have to nip into South Korea to pick them up and take them back over the border. First Rolex, an Oyster or Date, just 41mm. Which one you like? Neither. Neither. Thank you, Marco. Montreal, yes, we have had a couple of people from Montreal. And Eduardo's going to be in the Paddock Club. Can we meet? Yeah, look, if you see me, say hi. I don't say at any stage I'll be anywhere at any time, but I'm out there in that paddock a lot. Although I can tell you I got to the track on Sunday at 7:30 a.m. This is in Silverstone. And I left at 9:15 p.m. And I sat down for maybe 3 hours of editing out of that whole time. It was full on. Nubu helped me out. Thank you very much. I'm sure if I racked my memory, I would remember that incident, but I'm always grateful when people help me out. Looking forward to Mexico again this year, and I'm looking forward to not having my phone stolen like those bastards got me last year. Remember, Super Chat gets you to the top of the queue and gets your comment noted on a beautiful, beautiful day here in Rupert Street. I think that's where I am. Corner of Rupert and Winnett Street in London, W1. If you want to come down and say hi, I'll be here for at least another 10 minutes and we can perhaps have a quick chat about your F1 thoughts. And these are my glasses that I only use for F1 live streams, and I'll tell you why. My other glasses are graduated with the focal point, so normally to read, I'll have that down here, the focal point, and I can look down and read. But if I want to put those glasses on and read what's on the screen, I have to do that, and you end up looking up my nose. But these are the same focal distance all the way through. The Raymond Review Bar used to be the only full frontal strip club in London. Well, it's not anymore. Well, they don't do full frontal nudity, or they've just got more of them. Anyway, I'm unlikely to be going there to get touched up, I mean, with my wallet, because they do absolutely sting you. How do you afford flying across the world? You save your money and you operate smartly. Mine is a very different business model to most, and you can get on to, well, my VIP members have access to a video called The Money Side of F1 Photography. Go and have a look at that. I'll give you some sort of background as to how it all works. It's free to any YouTube VIP member of my channel. The Nudie Peep show's around the corner. I gather this must be nearly the red end, the red light area, because there's a female offering some sort of massage service on the street down there. Perhaps we can go and interview her. I don't think she'd like that too much. Who's my favourite driver? Don't have a favourite. What is this? Got a red mark there. Harry Waltham has got some pounds. Good, because I can spend those in this place. Was really did you meet me, Harry? Oh, was really excited to meet you as well, but I couldn't leave the campsite I was staying in. I did see you around the paddock Friday though. Okay, well that would have been nice. I do like it when my YouTube members say hi. They get extra. In fact, there was last race, one of my VIP members said hello, so I featured him in a video. More than happy to do that. I won't switch to Formula E, no. Are you going to Austin? I'm going to all of them unless I get COVID, which I've avoided so far. A horrible hay fever, absolutely shocking at the last 2 races. And I'm now dosing up every day on Nasonex so I don't get it at the next one, which is normally an absolute certainty. Opening lap. William, go and look at my video I put up today. Zhou Guanyu survives terrifying crash. Go and look at that video and you will have the answer to that question in great detail. Look at that dog in the background. When you find yourself in the US, would you consider doing some more interviews with Indy drivers? Well, if I was going to Indy, I would, but I love Pato. He is my absolute favourite. He's brilliant for media. I hope that hope he gets a drive in F1. Not sure he will, but if he does, he'll be the darling of the media, that's for sure. He's like Lando, just good fun and a nice personality. 472 of you here, and thank you for joining me. He's just signed an extension. Yes, I know he's signed the extension, but that doesn't mean he can't go to F1. Don't think that rules him out. Try using shorts or pants that have zipper pockets on them. You will never get pickpocketed. Yeah. Any celebs you pictured, Kim? Yeah, have you seen... I'll go to prostarpics.com and you'll see from Sunday, Tom Cruise, Paddy the Batty, footballers that I don't know that you would know, Jerry Halliwell, Tom Cruise, of course. Some of you don't like Tom, do you? I was told too that Ed Sheeran might be waving the flag. I didn't see him. She's having a massage, Kelly, at the moment. Just around the corner. I thought she'd be finished by now. What's going on with Daniel Ricciardo? Oh, he's not going too well, is he? It's disappointing for the Daniel. I don't know. I've got no idea what happens with the driver merry-go-round. Yeah, who's Tom Cruise? Did not go to Wimbledon. I have no interest in Wimbledon. But I can tell you that these new prints that an F1 driver will be signing will be heading out with DHL in probably 5 weeks. And if you are an F1 lover, you will want this signed picture, which is individually numbered, so you know you're getting a limited edition, and you get a picture of that driver, who I won't say yet, because it's nearly across the line. It's been agreed on, we just have to do it. Until it's done, it's not done. Hello, Hawaii. Anyway, that picture will be signed, 1 of 50 or 1 of 100. You get a photo of the driver signing the picture. So you know that he's signing 3 of 100, 3 of 50, and you can see that picture. Let's get some more likes. You were 166, so you guys could all please press the like button now. I'll press it for you. I've done it. 166 will go to 180 right now. Everyone, please press the like button. There we go, a few extras. Everyone, please. Oh, wow, that's a big jump. Let's get to 300 quickly. €2 for the first person that comes down here and claims it. There you go, €2. No good to me at the moment. Press the like button, please. All you Libyans. all our Libyans, all the Californians have pressed it. Thank you very much. And Gary from the Lake District, have you pressed the like button? Did you see where I recorded that video from too? I did my Zhou Guanyu crash video. I did that from some little wharf near Milton Keynes, which was a funny old place. Another 43 to go, please. Are these Ray-Bans? Yes, they are. With prescription lenses in them. And you know what? I nearly got them trodden on an immediate crush on Sunday morning. Another 39, please. Keep going. Press the like button. What's going on down there? Ambulance.
That's different.
It is different.
That's what you need something.
It is. You should have a massage and live stream it, yeah. Let's get to 300, people. Please hit the button and go to 300 likes. We're so close. Terry from Kentucky in the US, I guess. Latifi, any chance of staying in F1? I don't know. He did all right in the weekend, didn't he? Oh, I'm going to have a Wiener Schnitzel again. Don't you worry about that. With 14 more people pressing the like button, we're going to have Wiener Schnitzels 4 nights in a row, maybe 5, in beautiful Austria, where hay fever rules supreme. 8 more likes, please. Thank you very much. Hit the like button. It's a bit of a fun game. Do you think we will get any new F1 teams? No, I don't think the other teams want them. So I think that's going to be a long shot. Do I enjoy the circuits in the middle of nowhere, Spa and Spielberg? No. I don't like the shit accommodation. And it makes a big difference. Going back to somewhere nice like the Moxie or the Kempinski in Budapest, it's a real relief when you go back there. If you're staying in a small Airbnb in the middle of nowhere, it's just not nice to finish up and go back there. I know people say you only sleep there, but no, it's a bit more than that, I think. Worst airline so far this year, be one of those US carriers. Dream Watch, white-faced Daytona, probably. Stainless. Staying in Brussels, yeah, that's a hike. I wouldn't stay in Brussels. Because what I found, like even staying in Milton Keynes, which is 25 minutes from the track in the morning on a good day, can be 90 going home on a bad day. And that's 90 minutes of wasted time. I am staying in Nagoya in Japan, but I'm taking the train, so at least I don't smoke. I never smoke prior to 67. At least I can edit on the train. So I can leave 45 minutes early, do my editing on the train. But when you have to drive back, you can't edit when you're stuck in a car. Peter is thrown in some Aussie dollars. I love the Aussie dollar. I think our Aussie dollar is doing all right against the pound too at the moment. What the hell is kabaddi? Any suggestions to do in London? Yeah, whatever you want, Dylan. Do whatever you want. What have I done here? Nothing really. Wandered around and looked in shops. I don't think I've bought a single thing. Nagoya is really close. No, it's not really close. It's 45 minutes on a train. Do you think Seb will retire? Well, I don't know. Yeah, Zhou was the worst crash I've seen in real life. Yeah, I've not seen a crash like that. If you watch my video, you'll see that the other crash I saw was in Budapest last year at turn 1, which was pretty innocuous, really, when you compare it to what I saw on the weekend. That was violent. Please, if you have not watched my Zhou Guanyu Survives Terrifying Crash video, go and watch it. At the moment, it's my number 1 of 10 videos, the past 10 videos, and it will highlight a few things that you may not have known about that crash. And certainly where I was, and I have seen lots of vision today up on TikTok of the crash from people in that grandstand near me. I don't know who's to blame for it, Kelly. I've not actually watched it that closely. Thank you to VRCCB. I wonder what that's code for. He or she has watched it and enjoyed it. Thank you. Enjoying London City? Yeah, I am. I'm enjoying the weather. I'm enjoying the English speakingness of the joint. That's great. Yeah, she's coming to Austria, Ali. She won't be happy because we're in some little country town. But she'll be a little bit happier than Milton Keynes, which it's a very ordinary place. George Russell is to blame, says Mick Mick. Did you get photos of the podium? Yes. Go on to go on to prostarpics.com and you'll be able to see all of my pictures. Interesting people you meet here at the middle of London. Tanya's had a massage. Any questions for Tanya? Any questions for Tanya? She's answering questions now.
No, I'm not answering.
Yes, you are. There you go. I'll put it down because she's considerably shorter than me.
I am. Will you go back in there?
I'm not doing any photos. No, you stand there. Okay. No, she won't. She won't tolerate that. Never mind. Favourite track, Monaco to photograph. Tell me when you're ready to go, and we'll say goodbye to these people. How do you deal with Kim? Shakes her head. Is it easier to become an F1 driver? Yeah, it is. What's it like with a suitcase for a husband? What do you do when Kim is gone? She's now disappeared, so we can't get those answers. See if I can answer any of them for you. Someone is sitting behind me. Mackenzie, can you wave? There'll be a slight delay here. Mackenzie, can you wave, please? Can you see Mackenzie up here somewhere in the background? Where will that be? Mackenzie. Is she there? Mackenzie? Maybe she's not. What parts of the UK have you visited? London. And Luton Airport. And Milton Keynes. Anywhere else? No, not really. What's the first F1 crash you witnessed while you were photographing? Oh, I've seen a couple of cars come together and get minor damage. Not really. Well, I don't know whether I'd say that one last year in Budapest was the first. Maybe it was. Callie's in the tobacco shop. Is your wife a Kiwi? Not as far as I know. Lewis or Max? Well, Max will win this year. Max will win the championship. Lewis couldn't possibly win from this bar back, could he? It would be an epic performance. Absolute epic performance. But I am a little bit saddened by the amount of rubbish that's on the street in London. It's not the worst place I've seen, but being so busy, it seems to be... and now we've got low power mode, people, so... Yeah, I did watch the end of Seb on the track, and there's a picture of Seb and Nigel Mansell, which I put up on Insta, which is also in my current Silverstone British GP photo book, which you need to get if you haven't got it. But remember, save up your shekels, because coming up shortly another signed print with an F1 driver, a very good F1 driver, very popular around the world. Well, I guess you can say that's all of them really, but yeah, this one's going to be good. Favourite movie of all time? I would watch Frantic quite often. I would watch Lost in Translation a lot. I'm going to say Lost in Translation. Best driver to take pictures of? Pierre, Charles, Lando. Who else? Those are the three that I probably get the best reactions from, and I think who look great on camera. What kind of music do I prefer, Murdoch? Wow, I would listen to just about everything from classical to rock and roll. Favourite wag? See, there's no upside in saying who your favourite is, because you'll diss more people than you'll compliment. But most of them talk to me and are happy to be photographed. I wish we'd had Seb's wife at the track. I've never seen her at the track. I do know that she did come to testing last year, post-season testing in Barcelona. But I wasn't there on the second day, only the first day. No, my son Harry loves Tame Impala, has met Kevin, isn't it? Is it Kevin? Yeah. Met him in Perth boy. But yeah, he loves Tame Impala. Are you a fan? Have you survived Luton? It's known as a shithole. Well, I was only there. You know what? I left my very good vlogging camera on the bus there and I got it back. Favourite non-driver to take pictures of him? I like Gunther Steiner. He gives me some funny reactions from time to time. What car do I drive from rentals? Just whatever, something medium-sized. I'm not paying a fortune for them. Never been to an AC/DC concert. Why did you stop doing your travel tips? Because I ran out of them. I didn't have any more to do. I just scraping the bottom of the barrel. And with that said, people, I'm going to do another 5 minutes. How about that? That's my promise to you. 5 more minutes. What favourite rental car company? None of them. None of them. Well, okay, well, Avis in Indianapolis was the standout. Very easy to pick the car up and quick, and brilliant when I returned it. They were a real standout from the rest, and I don't get that in the US with rental car companies. It was a nightmare here with Green Motion. It's one good thing about Green Motion is that I was 42 miles over my allotment. They said don't worry about it, which was, I'll give them credit for that, but their system is so slow to get a car, and I know there's lots of bad reviews, but I didn't have any bad reviews on that side. The car was okay. It was just getting to pick the thing up from Heathrow Airport took forever, and it was very slow when I got there. Weatherspoons pub. No, I have not been there. I hate pubs with a passion. What's the most interesting car I've driven? I think the Tesla. The Tesla 3. I thought that was really freaky. Am I going to be at the track in Austria? I'll be at all races unless I get COVID. Favourite lens? It changes. Sometimes my 1-500 lens is great. A 1-500 lens is great, but it's not as sharp as, say, the 600. But then again, it's more versatile. Okay, is that 5 minutes? No, a couple more minutes. Okay, I'm going to answer this for everyone. I'm going to all races unless I get COVID. All races, all of them. Got that? Do you have a racing sim? No, my friend does. He paid £35,000 for this thing that sits in his spare room of his house. That's a big investment, isn't it? Vegas has the easiest. No, the easiest is Avis or Budget or any of the rental car companies in Adelaide. No, Avis in Adelaide or Melbourne or Perth. You walk out to the lot and you just get in the car and drive off and show your license. That's it. There's no standing in a queue. There's no bus going that takes 20 minutes to get there. When I get out of that airport, I'm going. Absolutely going. I do not want to be hanging around signing papers waiting for buses. Thoughts on pedal camera angle? I didn't see it. Did not see it. Vegas will be spectacular. Yes, I think it'll be a nightmare getting around, but anyway, we'll see what happens. Opinion on Senna. For it, he's a pretty good driver. Very popular, especially in Brazil. Come to Goodwood Festival of Speed next year. Don't know. Hello, James. He's welcoming me to Chinatown. Actually, I wonder if I can find my wife. I have to ring her before I run out of battery. So people, with that said, I'm going to ask you to stay passionate, and I'm going to sign off. So let's talk again in a week or two. Bye.